What's up, everybody? Noah Kish back here for a brand new video for you guys today. This is going to be my top 20 worst movies of 2020. Now, let's get into this right now. Actually, want to know what? I'm not going to do 20. I am just going to do 10. But I am going to have some dishonorable mentions. Gotta wait for my letterbox to pop up now. You're going to see a lot of movies on my Letterboxd. You will see a lot of them. But here's the thing. I am not counting stand-up specials. I'm not counting stand-up. I am not counting Hamilton in my top 10 or 20 in that case best movies of the year. Because to me, Hamilton is not a movie. Hamilton is a recorded stage play. It's a recorded version of the Broadway production. That is what it is to me. Now, if you think that it is a movie, God bless you. I personally do not think that. But let's get into the top 10 worst movies of 2020 with some dishonorable mentions. We are going to have Get Duked, which was a comedy, which was on Amazon Prime. I've heard it was pretty good. I didn't laugh at all. Monstros. This was a low-budget horror film that was sent to me that only turned out to be a movie so that you could watch two attractive women make out and have sex. The monster's barely in it, and even when the monster is in it, you don't get a lot of them. Agent Toby barks. Do I really need to go into it? So let's get into number 10. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now I'm going to move some stuff around. Number 10 is Secret Society of Second Born Royals. I had no expectations for this movie as soon as I heard about it. I'm also giving a dishonorable mention to Friendsgiving and Upside Down Magic on the Disney Channel. Secret Society of Second Born Royals, it was a boring little film that didn't try very hard. It was pretty much just a reason to get the woman, or in this case, the teenager who played Andy Mack on their wildly popular groundbreaking series Andy Mack, to do a movie. This movie was not done well. It was not written well. The acting was pretty poor even for Disney Channel levels. And I all around just did not like it. Number 9 is The Swing of Things. Actually, you know what? I think I'm being a little too kind to it. Number 9 is Stargirl. We're going with another Disney. Stargirl is a movie that I didn't know what it was. I only knew who was in it. There were so many tonal imbalances with the movie, and I got ripped a new one with this movie. I got ripped to shreds with this movie by the Grace VanderWaal fans. I believe it's Grace VanderWaal. I could be mistaken. I got ripped apart by saying that she's not the greatest actress. She's not the best singer. To me, she's not the greatest singer of all time. I am sorry. She can sing. She can sing a lot better than I can sing. And I can sing pretty alright from what I've been told. But this film tries to be a completely different movie than what it starts out being. The movie is not written well. It's barely acted well. Now, Grace gives a admirable performance. It's not the greatest performance. It is not the worst performance of the year. But I thought it was just very bland and boring. I did not like this film hardly at all. And I had pretty high expectations due to the trailer. The trailer intrigued me. I thought that this was going to be a straight-up teenage romance made by Disney. They make it a musical with only one song sung through the whole movie. The whole movie that's labeled a musical only has one song. Granted, It's written well, but when you have a musical with musical moments, unless it's for a comedic effect or emotional effect, do not have her sing the same song. To me, that's pointless. Number 8 is The Swing of Things. This was the Luke Wilson Lionsgate comedy that came out, I believe, in September, October. This movie was downright awful. I had low expectations. Then I was talking to Rick from Down to Movie, which, by the way, if you don't know Down to Movie, great YouTuber, really nice guy, in the Cinema Sickness crew. Everyone in there is really, really nice. Rick is just a great guy, and he's like me. He likes to give a lot of films chances. This one, when I saw he was going to be watching this, and even I told him, stay far away from it. Little did I know he already owned it. And then he said he was going to watch it. And I believe I said something like, oh no, beware. Beware, my friend. The Swing of Things is downright awful. There's nothing redeemable about it whatsoever. It is very poor. It's not funny. It's not acted well. It's mean-spirited. It's pretty much a movie for boobies. That's pretty much what it is. Now, as a guy, hey, boobies, nice. But the thing is, when I get nudity in a movie, I want a reason for the nudity. Now, when I'm watching something like the American Pie movies, the American Pie movies are pretty much made for someone like me. Someone who enjoys a fun, R-rated, raunchy comedy. This film was not funny, it was barely raunchy, and it was just for nudity. To me, raunchy is sex humor out of everywhere. Just crude humor after one another, and vulgar language. This had all of that, but it wasn't done well. Number 7 is Hidden Orchard Mysteries, The Case of the Airbnb Robbery. This is one that I saw on Hoopla. Hoopla is a library streaming service, kind of like you get so many borrows from your library card on this app. You can get books, audiobooks, music, movies. This is one of the 2020 movies that I had to choose from to use one of my 5 borrows on. So, Hidden Orchard Mysteries, I saw the runtime. I'm like, this won't be that painful. This could be actually very, very charming and cute. Could be like a Goosebumps feel. It could be like a Dora and the Lost City of Gold. No, this was straight up bad. The acting's horrible. There's barely any direction here. And they're just not trying. Number 6, The App That Stole Christmas. Anybody who knows me knows that I love Christmas. I love Christmas to death. Christmas is my favorite time of year. Now, is it my favorite day of the year? No, that's Oscars. That's the Oscars, followed by the Golden Globes, followed by my birthday, the Critics' Choice Awards, and then Christmas. I love award shows. The App That Stole Christmas was just a very bad, low-budget Christmas film that tried to be funny. It's not written well. It's barely acted well. But I can see that they're trying, and that's why I gave them 1 star. This one I gave a half star to. This is the lowest graded movie on my list. But it's not the worst movie that I saw. It's not the movie that got me mad, and that was the worst that I saw. Was it the worst made, acted, written, and whatever? Yes. But this is not the movie that made me mad, bored, or just completely infuriated me. A Wrestling Christmas Miracle. This is from the same people who did A Karate Christmas Miracle, I believe what was the title. And I'm going to thank the cinema snob, Brad Jones from Stoned Gremlin Productions, for letting me know about this movie. I saw his YouTube community page, and I saw this was going to be on there, and I'm like, that could be pretty interesting. It's very badly acted, The acting is downright awful. They got nobody noteworthy for a respectable amount of time, anyways. And it's just all around horrible. There's not one redeeming quality to this movie. Number 4, Artemis Fowl. Disney knew what they had with this movie. That's why they pulled it out of theaters. They needed something to put on Disney Plus after The Mandalorian. They also had Hamilton coming up on the horizon on July 4th. Or July 3rd. It might have been July 3rd, something like that. One of those dates. But they needed something to put on Disney Plus besides their shows that nobody's actually giving a chance. So they put Artemis Fowl on there. I saw the trailer in theaters and I was not impressed. I was going to see it anyways, whether it was on Disney Plus, whether it came to my theater or not. I was still going to see it this year anyways. I had low expectations, but even my low expectations were not low enough. The special effects are bad. It's not that well done. It's just a movie that really bored me to death. I was sitting there and I felt like I was watching a 2-hour movie and it was only 90 minutes. Like a Boss. I was warned about this. Like a Boss is a comedy starring Rose Byrne, Tiffany Haddish, and Salma Hayek. This is a movie that I will forever remember thanks to Chris Stuckman's Playing with Fire review. In that review, he said that he got the wrong trailers. His theater put the wrong trailers on there. And so a bunch of children, grandparents, and parents had to sit through. It's not that my brain is small. It's just that my breasts are humongous. I will always remember that line due to that. This film is not funny. Tiffany Haddish tried. Rose Byrne tried, and Salma Hayek tried. They tried all they could, but with a mediocre script, when your comedy fails, you have nothing. And even when it's just so bad, it's so short. It's so short, too. The movie's so short, I felt like I was sitting there for over 2 hours. I popped this on while I was making dinner on my portable DVD player, and I still felt like it was 2 hours, even though I was only there for an hour making dinner, and then I finished the last 20 minutes afterwards. Either that, or I was still making dinner. I can't remember. Number 2 is Sleepless Beauty. This was a movie that I traded in. This was sent to me by Epic Pictures. This was part of their Dread Presents line. Sleepless Beauty was a movie about this girl who was basically being tortured. That was the whole movie. It's a girl being tortured. There's nothing to it. It's very mean-spirited. There's not one redeeming quality to it. If you would have given me a little bit of time to know the girl, to get to feel for the girl, to get to feel for why these people are doing it, instead of just, hey, let's torture this girl. It's pretty much torture for torture. It's torture porn, is what it is. It's torture porn. Sleepless Beauty, awful. And the worst movie of 2020. This was not going to change. I saw this was coming out. The first one was passable. I know there's fans of the first one, and I completely get it. I don't hate the first one. I actually think the first one is fine. It's fine. It's passable. Am I ever going to watch it again? No. The Kissing Booth 2 was so laughably bad. It just kept going and going and going and going nowhere. There's like 3 or 4 endings where they could have ended it, and then there's 15 to 20 minutes more. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes. No teen movie that's a romantic comedy should be 2 hours and 10 minutes. Now we gotta sit through a third one because after this one was released, they filmed The Kissing Booth 2 and The Kissing Booth 3 back to back. So I gotta sit through another one of these. The Kissing Booth 2 is god-awful. I hated it. It was not funny. Bad decisions were made. You could officially tell what was going to happen. You could tell exactly what was going to happen, when it was going to happen, and how it was going to happen. Awful movie. There's the top 10 worst movies of 2020. Now, let's get into the best movies of 2020. I will see you guys for that video along with a few honorable mentions.